Hello everyone, welcome back to part 3 of my August 2019 trip to Atlin BC. Before we get into it, just thought I'd go over a couple of things. So this is the part 3, so I've had a bit of opportunity to edit the footage from the GoPro that I used exclusively to film the entire trip. I've come to the realization that under the premium conditions, lighting, and as far as environmental sounds, the footage is very usable and is very good. Problem is that that I've encountered so far is when I'm trying to film inside my vehicle as I'm traveling. Obviously the sound noise of just traveling at high rate of speed on a highway, and then my diesel engine. It's pretty much rendered the sound quality to useless. So I did my best. Trying to just use what little footage that I really needed, and I just cut out a ton of it that was pretty much not usable. So really unfortunate that that happened. And then the other thing as well too is that this was Laura's and I dream trip to go to Atlin. We've always wanted to go there. We've wanted to go there for years. So there's a ton of footage that I didn't take because it is our vacation, our personal vacation. So I filmed what I could in the times that I felt that it was needed to. Other times, you know, I was just kicking back and enjoying myself. I'm sure you guys would understand. There are going to be trips that I make exclusively to produce content, such as my cleanup dives, and maybe I want to showcase a particular lake or trail or something like that. But this trip here was a combination of the two, so there's lots of moments. It was just me and Laura just spending time hanging out and checking out the spots. So Easter egg. This is my own sign forest here. This is my first one. I made it a few years ago as a Christmas present for Laura, and it's some of the places that we've been to. Okavango Delta in Africa, Taipei, that's where I was born. I've taken her there. So these are all the cities or town or countries that I've taken her to, and then there's also just dozens and dozens more. So my plan is to make more of these things for my own garden here. So Easter egg. Let's get to the video. So we pulled over for a little rest stop, and look at this. This is kind of cool. Whirlpool Canyon. Just I don't remember the name of the river, but just kind of little swirly bits here. Oh, that's super cool. We just left Laird Hot Springs, and we're on our way to Watson Lake to the Sign Forest, and we're just short drive day today, 210 kilometers or so. And so lazy morning, had our last soak in the hot springs, and pancake breakfast. And now we're probably another hour and a half away from the Sign Forest, the iconic Sign Forest. Well guys, made it to the Watson Lake, and famous for its sign forest. There's either 17,000 or 70,000, it's one or the other. Probably 17,000 signs here. Yeah, it's really, really cool. Like the license plates and little signs. That's super neat. Check out that view there. It's a crater. Yeah, so last night we stayed at Watson Lake. It's a little bit of a deception. So we were told by a couple of travelers when we were at the hot springs, and they said, "Oh yeah, there's 2 campgrounds at Watson Lake. That's where the Sign Forest is." So that's pretty cool. So we went there, and then the 2 campgrounds is actually just one campground. There's one on the left, one on the right. So site 1 through 30 something, and then the other one is the higher number. Neither one of them had access to the lake. Like there's no trail, like you couldn't physically get down to the lake. But you know what? It was $12, which is what all the camping passes, campgrounds in Yukon is. $12, including all the firewood you can burn. That's pretty though. It was a nice campground, pretty clean. And now we're straight lining it for Atlin. That's our ultimate goal. Just interesting stops along the way, including at Johnson Crossing.
Teslin.
Well, Teslin, and then the crossing, which has the world famous cinnamon buns.
Yes.
So I'm going to stop there and check it out. All right, see you guys in a bit. So this is Johnson's Crossing, home of the world famous cinnamon bun. So let's go in and have a look.
Well, I got two back there for my soup. Hello.
Hey there, how's it going? Oh wow, look at those cookies. Yikes. Alright, here we go guys. This is the world famous cinnamon bun. Let's find out. Kind of tastes like it came from Save On Foods. I don't know about world famous. Atlin Lake. Atlin Lake. We're in Atlin Lake. Oh. Woo. Woo. I'm getting it. Not in Atlin yet. We're at the lake. Look at that. That's just beautiful. Here we go. This is the Atlin General Store. Look at this funny little sign here. Once upon a time, a guy asked a girl, "Will you marry me?" The girl said no, and the guy lived happily ever after, went fishing, hunting, drank beer, and farted whenever he wanted. Ended. The end.
See, that's what happens with bad dogs that get
Yeah, look at that. Beware of owner, dog is okay. Thank you. This is it. Downtown Atlin. Not too shabby of a view. Maybe pronounced Terrahani, maybe. So apparently in the summertime or once a year they'll do like they serve high tea or something like that in costume, period costume. That's kind of cool. Oh wow, you guys, look at this. This is somebody bought it and turned it into a private residence. It was a store. That is amazing. All the stained glass.
Great Lakes, that's the largest freshwater island. This is the highest island in the freshwater lake.
guys. We're at a place called, well, we're at Atlin, and the RV park in town is literally a gravel parking lot. Great view because you're right on the water, but this is also great view right on the water, and it's free. So, and it's not a gravel parking lot. So we figure we hang out here. We're at a Palmer Lake just outside of Atlin, and there's 2 camp spots, and we've grabbed one of them. There's a big Class A diesel pusher right next to us, and then there's us right over there. Look at this beautiful view. So nice. It's about 5:45 right now, and we've been chasing the sun west, moving north. The sunset is at 11 o'clock tonight, so that's kind of neat. Or sorry, 10 o'clock tonight. It's been getting later and later, because when we left Vancouver, sunset was at 8:30, or might even be earlier, but yeah, that's kind of neat. Hello everybody, we've finished with our Atlin visit. Quaint little town, lots of history, lots of nature. Love that little campground. So we just pulled over at the side of Atlin Lake. Another monster lake, just absolutely huge. I mean, look at we're not even close to halfway of the lake. So this is the smaller half of the lake. The bigger half of the lake is that way still, south of us. We just pulled over to have a little lunch, give the dogs a break. Well, we were aiming, we've left Atlin, and we drove all day, and we've turned south on 37, and man, what an amazing highway. So as far as I can remember, there's 2 main roads going north to northern BC. So there's Highway 97, which we took on the way up, and then Highway 37, which is in the middle, and we're taking that one down south. What a rustic road is the best way I can describe it. It really looked like there was a tremendous amount of fire damage from previous years. I'm not sure which year it is, but it looks pretty recent. And so we were aiming for Boya Lake, and then we saw this little pull out on the side. I believe it's French Creek, French River, and we pulled in, and it looks fantastic. So we decided to camp here for the night. We do need to kill some time before we head home. I think I mentioned that already. We have some renovations going on at home, so we have more than 7 days. I try to check in with the renovator, but we just have such poor cell service, despite the fact that I've got a giant antenna trying to get some cell boosting going. So you can see here, we're all set up for the day, but let me go down and show you the rest of the creek here. What a wonderful view. We're all set up here for a little riverside. Laura's already into the beer and chips. So, what a great view.
So this is Laura, and Henry is busy trying to train Maggie to be as smart and good as Daisy.
Come.
Yay! Chew time. Well done, Henry.